You don't need a PhD just to understand AI. You only need the right reading list. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share the top 10 books I suggest that will take you from zero to fluent, whether you want to use AI, understand it, or just follow the money. And I can guarantee that one of these will change how you think about whether AI is smart. And on screen, I've shared the video chapters. Feel free to use these to help navigate. They're also in the description as well. And if you are a bit short on time and you only want the top 3, I highly suggest Co-Intelligence, Artificial Intelligence by Mitchell, and Chip War. For the rest of you, let's get into the one that upgrades your workflow starting tomorrow. So, book number 1 is Co-Intelligence by Ethan Mollick. This is for anyone who is feeling a bit left behind at work. Mollick skips the theory and treats AI not just like a search engine, but more like a brilliant assistant who sometimes can be a bit confident with a guess. The big unlock here is choosing how you collaborate with AI. There's cyborg mode, where you weave AI into every keystroke, or centaur mode, where you hand off distinct tasks entirely. After chapter 4, instead of saying, write this email, you'll start pasting your drafts and saying, act like a skeptical critic. List the 5 strongest objectives in my argument. And this turns AI into more of a reasoning and critique engine rather than just a text generator. And book number 2 is The Worlds I See by Dr. Fei-Fei. This is for the person who wants the human story. Dr. Lee helped to create ImageNet, the massive database of millions of labeled images that taught computers how to see. She explains that AI didn't just wake up, it was painstakingly taught image by image. It's the best way to understand the heart of the technology. Book number 3 is Artificial Intelligence, A Guide for Thinking Humans by Melanie Mitchell. Now, this book is your BS detector. Mitchell breaks down the gap between narrow AI, which only predicts the text or plays chess, and general AI, the sci-fi stuff. She explains the barrier of meaning, how computers are able to manipulate symbols without actually understanding the real world. Read this and you'll be able to spot how legitimate it is or isn't when someone starts to panic talk about Skynet. And book number 5 is Nexus by Yuval Noah Harari. If you liked the book Sapiens, grab this one. Harari frames AI not as a tool, but as a non-human agent that is capable of creating new stories and making decisions. The risk he highlights isn't about a robot war, but rather a bureaucratic one, where AI creates information networks that are so complex that humans can no longer oversee them, potentially breaking the trust our democracies rely on. And this involves similar concepts to the ones I mentioned in my previous video, where I discuss how the responses generated by frontier AI models can be so close to each other, or so good, that the average person would struggle to distinguish between the two responses and between which one is actually better, even when one response contains fallacies or incorrect information. And now for the big picture. Book number 4 is The Coming Wave by Mustafa Suleyman. This is for the strategist. A DeepMind co-founder, Suleyman, argues the real danger is the intersection of AI and synthetic biology. He explores containment and notes that history suggests it may already be extremely difficult to control these technologies once they've become cheap and ubiquitous. something that we are already starting to see today. Book number 6 is Unmasking AI by Dr. Joy Buolamwini. Essential for understanding bias, she details the coded gaze, finding that facial recognition software failed to detect her face until she put on a white mask. It proves that math isn't always neutral. It reflects the historical bias of the data that it's fed. It changes how you see objective algorithms. Book number 7 is The Alignment Problem by Brian Christian. And this book bridges engineering and ethics. It tackles the sorcerer's apprentice problem. How do we get a machine to do what we want, not just what we ask? It's the best explanation of why AI safety is an incredibly hard engineering problem, not just a moral one. And finally, Following the Money. Book number 8 is Supremacy by Parmi Olson. This is the corporate thriller. It tracks the rivalry between OpenAI and DeepMind by Google, and how the mission to build AI for humanity morphed into a fierce for-profit arms race. Book number 9 is Power and Prediction. Written by economists, this strips away the magic. They define AI simply as lowering the cost of prediction. When prediction becomes cheap, business models change entirely. Read this one to understand how companies will actually make money from this shift. And finally, book number 10, Chip War by Chris Miller. Because software needs hardware. This book details the complex supply chain of the GPUs, or the graphics processing units, that power AI, and why a single company in Taiwan, TSMC, is one of the most geopolitically important organizations on Earth. If that factory were to stop, the AI revolution would stop with it. So, there you have your entire syllabus. If you're busy, just grab Co-Intelligence for the workflow and Chip War for geopolitics. Thank you for watching, and if you need links to any of these, I do have them in the description below for purchase on Amazon. And if you want to see one way that we actually measure which of these AI models is the smartest right now, check out my previous video on Arena AI right here. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Happy reading! Book number 6 is Unmasking AI by Dr. Joy. Hey Google, how do I pronounce Dr. Joy Buolamwini? Dr. Joy. Hey Google, can you repeat that?
Sure, you pronounce Dr. Joy Buolamwini as Buolamwini.
Buolamwini. Hey Google, can you say that last name again?